Today on Run It Back Philly, will Ben Simmons shoot the ball more in 2021? We're going to talk about Sam Cassel, we're going to talk about Doc Rivers, and we're going to talk about some of the things Ben Simmons said in his press conference. Let's get into this. What is up, guys? DJ Eastwood here. This is Run It Back, home of the most brutally honest Philly sports takes on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Some people don't like it, but it's because some people don't like the truth. This channel is not for the weak. This channel is not for the fake. This channel is not for the people that continuously lie to themselves. Hit the like button if you like the truth. Hit the dislike button if you continuously lie to yourself. And hit the subscribe button if you're new. I give you these episodes every single day for free. I want my subscription. It's the little red button right under the video. 50% of you that watch these aren't subscribed. I think that's very rude. Please subscribe to the channel. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please give me a 5-star review, a 5-star rating, and a review. It helps me out tremendously, and I will read your reviews on the show. Speaking of which, let's read some reviews from today. This comes from John, JJJJJOHHHNN. John, thank you for the review. He gave me 5 stars. He said, "This is a must-listen podcast. DJ is smart, fun." I don't know about smart. Funny, and so right most of the time. Smart, funny, and so right most of the time. Thank you, John, for giving me that most of the time, because even you vehemently disagree with some of the things I say, and that is perfectly fine. Thank you for disagreeing with me sometimes and not losing your mind like some of the other people in the comments that can't handle objective opinions. I can't agree more with this guy almost all the time. All right, almost all the time. As a fellow Brett Clown hater, this is the perfect podcast for me. Hashtag Fire Howie. Thank you, John. That's awesome. Appreciate it. Here's another review from Paige Vermontes, great friend of mine. "You won't regret listening. Even as a depressed Dallas fan, I love the tuning into DJ Eastwood. Obvious reasons of Philly being trash aside, he's entertaining and knows what he's talking about with all things sports. Nothing but love for my DJ." Thank you, Paige. I love you, Paige. "The best Philly content." This is from Doug. From Portland, Oregon. "Thank you, DJ Eastwood, for your dedication, hours of entertainment. Hands down my favorite podcast." Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. "Amazing opinions. Jim Halpert is the best." I don't know. Why did somebody put Jim Halpert as the best? I don't know. I love The Office too, though, so thanks for the Jim Halpert shout out. "He is a very intelligent fan of Philly sports. I really appreciate his takes on the Birds." Thank you for that review. 5-star review. "Great content," from Abe Link, my guy, Abe Link. Abe, by the way, your depressed Philly sports fan t-shirt is on the way. I took it to UPS yesterday. It's shipped. You're going to receive it very soon. "A mixture of great sports talk and comedy. This guy is a must-listen." Thank you, Abe. Please leave a review. Thank you. Much appreciated. Let's get into this, man. Oh, before I get into this, I got to make some money. This video is brought to you by the Run It Back Teespring store. Click the link in the description. Get all the Run It Back merch and use the code RUNMY20 for 20% off. Also, FansEdge.com. That's a Fanatics company, up to 65% off. FansEdge.com, up to 65% off. I just repeated myself twice. Eagles and Sixers gear. Click the links in the description to get those discounts. You want to be the favorite member of your family this holiday season by getting everybody awesome Sixers and Phillies and Eagles and whatever other gear you want. Jerseys, hats, mugs, shoes, slippers, scarves, hat, whatever. Click the links in the description. You won't be disappointed. Let's get into this. Bill. I almost said Bill Simmons. Jesus, I need more coffee. Nobody likes Bill Simmons. Will Ben Simmons shoot this season? All right, check it out, man. So I'm hype as hell for this season to start. I've never been more hyped. I'm so excited. It's mostly because last year was such a ridiculous, depressing, sad, frustrating, annoying season, right? So it's like part of me is just so excited to start a basketball season that I don't think is going to be as frustrating as last year. And part of me is excited because of the players that Daryl Morey and Doc Rivers have put on this team. And we're going to see work alongside Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. It's just exciting to get into it, to get it started, man. The Sixers posted a video yesterday. This is before I get into the Ben Simmons stuff. Just bear with me. I go over a couple things before I get to the Ben Simmons stuff. If you don't like that, you can skip ahead. You know how to use YouTube, bro. Don't be in the comments. Get to the point, asshole. You talk too much. It's a podcast, bro. Deal with it. Anyway, the video the Sixers posted yesterday of the Sixers' first practice, I was so hype. I was almost like, babe, don't talk to me, all right? Nobody talk to me. The Sixers posted a video. Seth Curry's in it. Joel Embiid's in it. Ben Simmons is in it. It's only 37 seconds long, but it's like a box office movie for me right now. You know what I mean? I was hyped to watch that video. And here's some of the takeaways that I got from that short clip. Yes, that's how insane of a Sixers fan I am. I'm breaking down a 37-second video that the Sixers put on Twitter, but I don't care. Here's what I took away from that video that could just give you a small idea and gave me a small idea of what we're going to see this season. All right? The first thing I saw in that video was a Shake Milton pick and roll and an alley-oop to Dwight Howard. That's interesting to me. That's the second unit. You know what I mean? We could see that a lot. We could see Dwight Howard setting a screen for Shake Milton and Shake Milton lobbing the ball to Howard. You know Shake can throw those lobs. Shake threw a couple lobs to Ben last year, lob to some other players. So it would be nice to see that from the second unit. Dwight Howard getting to the rim, Shake Milton making that pass. So we saw Shake Milton pick and roll and an alley-oop to Dwight Howard. That was exciting. Joel Embiid handoff to Seth Curry, who makes a skip pass to Tobias Harris for 3. We could see that a lot this season. Embiid dribbles to the three-point line, hands it to Seth. Seth comes around, goes down the lane, boom, skip past Tobias Harris wide open in the corner. Of course, we need Tobias Harris to make the damn shot, especially in the playoffs. But that's what I saw in that video. We saw a Ben Simmons handoff to Seth Curry, who hits a cutting Joel Embiid. We could see that a lot this season. Ben Simmons, dribble handoff. Seth Curry comes around the screen. Joel Embiid's cutting. Boom. Just amazing dynamic with Seth Curry on his team. You know, and the two handoffs that I saw really reminded me of J.J. Redick, because Brett Brown ran that into the ground, the J.J. Redick handoffs. You know that all the way into Game 7 with the Toronto Raptors, where the last two possessions, Jimmy Butler should have had the ball. Instead, it was J.J. Redick turning it over in a shot clock violation. Don't get me started, but Seth Curry, a just as good or if not better shooter than J.J. Redick, getting the ball on a handoff screen makes way more sense because he can dribble the basketball. You know what I'm saying? So he can make the plays around the screen, whereas J.J. Redick would catch the ball around the screen, and it was just, I either shoot it or it's a turnover, basically. Seth Curry can make plays with the ball, so that's exciting. And we also saw a Tobias Harris pass to Seth Curry for 3 on a fast break. It's confirmed. I just confirmed it a couple minutes ago. It's the first time I've ever seen Tobias Harris pass the basketball, but he did it in practice, so he might do it during the real NBA season. I'm kidding, but Tobias Harris does have blinders on when he has the ball. I've hardly ever seen him pass the ball, but anyway, he passed it to Seth Curry for a corner 3. It's just exciting, dude. It just is. I'm so hyped. All right, let's go. Let's go into the will Ben Simmons shoot this year? Will Ben Simmons shoot more this season? The answer is yes. The answer is 100% yes. I absolutely guarantee it. And you're saying, DJ Eastwood, how can you absolutely guarantee that Ben Simmons is going to shoot more than he did last season? Well, the answer to that is this. Ben Simmons took a total of 4 3-pointers last season. He's going to take at least 5. So either way, I'm right. Either way, if he only shoots 5, he shot more than he did last season. I don't think it's hard to beat 4. It shouldn't be hard to beat 4. I think Ben Simmons will beat that. Ben Simmons will shoot more than that. But on a serious note, I really do think Ben Simmons is going to shoot more this season. Let me know in the comments right now. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, tweet me right now at IamDJ Eastwood and let me know, yes or no, will Ben Simmons shoot the ball more this season? And feel free to tell me why or why not. All right? I know I say this every year. I know we say this every year. Ben posts the Instagram videos. He posts the videos on Twitter. He posts the videos on his YouTube channel. I know we say this every year. We get sucked right in. Every single year we say we're not going to do it, and we get sucked right in. I get sucked. I know that. Ben Simmons shooting the basketball every year is a giant vacuum, and I get sucked right up. Pause. Every season. But here I am, talking about it again, and I don't care. Will we see this?
You can see this kid can get wherever he wants to with the basketball. Get in there. That's
or some of this.
In the fourth quarter, they don't want to rush him, but they feel like he'll get it. They also feel like he gets the offer.
Or maybe some of this.
Kina, a below-average three-point shooter. There's Simmons. Yes! He did it!
Or maybe a little bit of this.
The road.
Simmons, it's for three. Got it!
I know Doc Rivers said he doesn't care if Ben Simmons shoots the ball or not. I know that. I think Doc Rivers does care. I think he does. I think his goal there with those comments was to just not make it a media circus. That was Brett Brown's issue. He made Ben Simmons shooting a media circus. Ben Simmons shooting is already a wildfire in the media, right? Your job as a head coach should be to put out that fire so this player isn't going into every game with all kinds of stuff in his head, overthinking everything. And he wants Ben Simmons to be comfortable, and he doesn't want a media circus. So I get that, okay? The better question is, it doesn't really matter if Doc cares or not. Nobody's going to get Ben Simmons to shoot the ball that is not named Ben Simmons. You understand? The only person that can make Ben Simmons shoot the basketball is Ben Simmons. If the only person that it matters, if he cares or not, is Ben Simmons. Does Ben Simmons care if he shoots the ball more or not? I think he does. Because I think deep down, Ben Simmons wants to be great. I don't think he's satisfied with where he is right now. I know he came into the league and he was automatically a celebrity. He was a celebrity the one third of 1 year that he did in college. And, you know, sometimes kids that young who are that hyped up and already have $100 million shoe contract or whatever it was, become complacent and don't work that hard. And maybe the first couple years he was like that. But now I think I'm seeing it's time, okay? Okay, I know I'm good enough. I know I'm already an all-star. I already did this, this, and this. My numbers have been kind of the same every year. It's now time for me to be great. I think that is now inside Ben Simmons. I think he wants to be great. I don't think he wants to go every year of his NBA career with this stigma and just be a fringe all-star and not be a top 5 or top 10 player in the NBA. I think Ben Simmons has a desire deep down to be a top 10 or top 5 NBA player, and we all know he can't do that without shooting the basketball. It's just not going to happen, right? He has, yes, a lot of people say he doesn't need to shoot the basketball, and you're right. No, he doesn't need to. He adds a lot of value to this team, incredible amount of value to a team without shooting a jump shot. I understand that. That's not what we're saying. We're saying for Ben Simmons to be the best he can possibly be, he has to shoot the ball, right? Would you agree with that, at least? All right. So does Ben Simmons care? I think Ben Simmons cares. I just think it's, you know what? I don't really know if it's defiance or like, you know, screw you guys, I'm not shooting the ball. I honestly think it's always been more of a, he comes off as arrogant and like defiant, but I really think it's a shyness. I really think it's an anxiety. I really think it's a level of insecurity when he's on the court and he has the ball and it's there and the three-point line is there and there's nobody close to him and he just panics. Even at the level of basketball player that he is in the NBA, he still has those insecurities. And it just shows, hey, listen, man, we're all human. We all have insecurities. Some of the most famous, most successful people in the world have insecurities. A lot of music artists get on stage and are shy, are nervous, have butterflies in their stomach, are shaking before the show starts. You wouldn't even fathom somebody on that level could feel like that, but they do because they're human. That's all I'm saying. Let's move on. I think Ben Simmons cares, and I think he will improve simply because he wants to be as great as he can possibly be deep down inside. Of course, it has been noted that Ben Simmons has been working with Sam Cassell on his jump shot. Now, they said yesterday in a Ben Simmons press conference that they've been working on jump shots before practice, jump shots after practice, mid-range jump shots, and corner threes, notably corner threes. I say that the corner three should be the first thing that Ben Simmons works on to improve his game and get him more comfortable shooting. He doesn't have to shoot it from all over the place, step back threes or anything crazy like that. Just shoot a consistent corner three to get comfortable shooting the basketball in NBA games, right? He did it last season. He did it the season before that, I think, one time. The one last year, the Knicks, he shot it in the corner. He shot one that he missed in the corner. He caught the skip pass from the Walmart Allen Iverson, Trey Burke, the GOAT. You already know that. And he shot that in the corner. He can shoot a corner three. The form looks fine. He can do that. So that's what he needs to work on. And Sam Cassell and this coaching staff has to make it so those things happen more often than they did in the Brett Brown era. Ben Simmons should be flashing to the corner when he doesn't have the ball a lot more. He should not be hanging out in the paint. He shouldn't be posting up in the paint when Joel Embiid is in there. He shouldn't be hanging around the corner, the elbow when Joel Embiid is in there. None of that stuff, man. 4 out, 1 in. Spread the floor for Joel Embiid. Ben flash to the corner and shoot the damn ball. I think he will. I really think he will. But let's look at Sam Cassell, because does Sam Cassell have what it takes to get Ben Simmons to shoot the ball? Has Sam Cassell been a good enough shooter over his career to be the one that really understands shooting a basketball as well as you would need to understand it, I think, to teach somebody else how to do it, right? Those who can't teach. That's what they say a lot. Is Sam Cassell that, or is Sam Cassell somebody who could and is teaching? Sam Cassell is the assistant coach for the Philadelphia 76ers. He played for 8 different NBA teams. He had a bit of a journeyman, you know what I'm saying, because he wasn't a superstar, but he was a valuable player, right? He was selected to 1 All-Star game, so he was an All-Star. I personally remember Sam Cassell from that Bucks team with Glenn Robinson and Ray Allen, who played the Sixers in the Eastern Conference Finals in 2001, that went 7 games, and the living legend himself, the GOAT Allen Iverson, dropped 44 points in Game 7 to seal the deal and move on to the NBA Finals. I don't have an Iverson jersey hanging up anymore. I was going to point to it. I love me some Allen Iverson, man. My greatest player, my favorite player of all time, him and Brian Dawkins. You already know that if you're in my live streams and have some of these chats with me, you know those are my 2 favorite players. I am going to get a Philly sports sleeve on my right arm with a portrait of Brian Dawkins and a portrait of the Allen Iverson step over. That's going to happen, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, that's where I remember Sam Cassell from that Bucks team, me personally, and I specifically remember somebody in the crowd holding up a sign on ESPN that said "Buck Ugly" with Sam Cassell's picture. And that was very rude and mean. But for some reason, I just remembered that forever, because I'm not even going to touch on that anymore. But Sam Cassell was a career 33% three-point shooter. Now, you do have to take into consideration that the league wasn't what it is today. They didn't shoot that many three-pointers. You understand what I'm saying? All of those games ended like 98-94, 89-78 type of finishes. We weren't having games 130 to 121. Like, it wasn't that high-scoring league that it is now, because we weren't shooting threes at the same rate, so these players weren't working on three-point shots the same way they are now. So take that into account. You understand what I'm saying? Sam Cassell only shot 0.5 threes per game in his career. So, you know, that's what that is. But he shot 33% for his career. He shot 39% twice in his career, 2 seasons. And he shot over 40% one time in his career. And that just so happened to be on the 2008 Boston Celtics, coached by, you guessed it, Doc Rivers. I feel like the universe, I feel like that's worlds colliding. That's what Sam Cassell shot his highest percentage of his career from 3 on Doc Rivers' championship team. And now Doc Rivers is here coaching this team. Sam Cassell is the assistant coach, helping the player who we want to shoot the ball be a better three-point shooter. That is just everything coming full circle to benefit Ben Simmons. I think what I just put together there that's some of my best work. That's some of my best work that I just put together right there. I got to give myself credit for that, man. Doc Rivers, let's look at Doc Rivers' quotes on Ben Simmons shooting really quick here, because, you know, I got it saved in my photos. I got to get better at this. I'm sorry, guys. I stink at being a podcast host. Okay, here's Doc Rivers' quote about Ben Simmons in his first practice yesterday. He said, "Being a terror, playing, going downhill, making guys guard you, being aggressive, being a facilitator. In transition, we want to open the floor and get the ball to Ben, tell him to go make something happen." So he had a good practice today. He had an off-the-charts practice today. And somebody also asked Doc Rivers what position Ben Simmons is going to play, because they always ask him that. And they asked Ben the same question. I watched both of them yesterday. And Doc said, "It's not a thing. That's not a thing. Ben is a facilitator. That's it. He doesn't have to specifically be a point guard." That's what I love about Doc Rivers. He makes sense. Brett Brown brought this kid here who is clearly naturally a point forward, naturally a big guy who is an amazing rebounder who can run the floor and pass the ball, right? Why would you try to funnel him into one thing and make him be a point guard and say, okay, Ben, you're a point guard now. We're going to run you at point guard, pick and rolls from the top of the key, and not experiment with him in other areas for how many seasons? Finally, we have somebody that says, no, I'm not putting limits on what he's doing. I'm not putting him in a specific role. I'm letting him be himself. If we have to put other players around him in certain areas, if we have to put a Seth Curry on the floor to handle the ball in the half court, if we have to put a Shake Milton on the floor to handle the ball in the half court, if we have to do this, or this to accommodate Ben Simmons' skill set, that's what we're going to do, and that is what I love. Ben Simmons also said the same thing. He said, I'm not going to call myself a certain position. I'm going to say facilitator. And he even said, Doc called me a facilitator. And I even like the way Ben Simmons references Doc Rivers. It just seems like these players have such a level of respect for somebody that is that accomplished, that has been in the league for that many years. The Brett Brown era is over. I still can't believe it. They look up to Doc Rivers. They didn't look up to Brett Brown. He's like, just some guy in a corner. Like, what? You know what I mean? That's like at work when somebody that used to be your co-worker that is now your manager and then tries to tell you things to do, like okay, bro. Like, you're not, like, get over yourself. Like, you're not, like, anything special, man. You don't really have to tell. You know what I mean? I think that's how Brett Brown came off to these players. Like, this guy isn't anything special. Why, should I really listen to him? I think they have an amazing level of respect for Doc Rivers, and I'm very excited for it, man. Do you think Ben Simmons will shoot more this season? You guys let me know in the comments. Thank you for listening to me ramble about this topic. I'm going to talk about it a lot more because it's just something I'm obsessed with, because I'm obsessed with this basketball team, and I hope we have an amazing season. I'm so excited to watch it. Let me know if you're excited to watch it. Please hit the like button on this video. Please hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please leave me a review and a 5-star rating, and I will read it on the show. Thank you all for listening. My name is DJ Eastwood. This is Run It Back. You guys have a blessed Tuesday.